Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I'm your host Jennie. Today, we're diving into some exciting updates from around the region. First up, China's consumer prices have finally ticked up by 0.1% in June, breaking a 5-month streak of decline. This small but significant increase was driven by higher prices in watches, baby products, and clothing, despite food and car prices falling. Meanwhile, the producer price index continued to fall sharply, hinting at ongoing economic challenges and deflation worries. Next, in the world of boxing, Hong Kong's own Rex Tso is making a passionate comeback after an 8-year break. Once ranked as the top super-flyweight, Tso is now aiming to become Hong Kong's first boxing world champion, signing a 1-year deal and preparing for his fight in Manila next month. His story is inspiring, showing that age and time away from the ring can't stop true passion and dedication. Finally, Hong Kong's stock market is buzzing with activity. A record number of new IPOs hit the market, including 5 mainland Chinese companies, with Lens Technology leading the charge by raising 4.77 billion Hong Kong dollars. This surge highlights Hong Kong's resilience and its position as a global IPO hub, even amidst economic uncertainties and geopolitical tensions. Please stay tuned for more detailed insights. Nikkei Asia reports that China's consumer prices saw a slight uptick in June, marking the first increase in 5 months, with the Consumer Price Index, CPI, rising by 0.1%. The modest rebound was largely driven by an 8.1% surge in the other goods and services category, encompassing items such as watches, infant products, haircuts, and elderly care services, alongside rising clothing prices. However, food, automobiles, and alcohol prices continued to decline, and core CPI, excluding volatile food and fuel costs, increased by 0.7%. Meanwhile, producer deflation deepened, with the Producer Price Index, PPI, falling 3.6% year-on-year in June, reflecting ongoing deflationary pressures amid weak domestic demand, oversupply, and global trade uncertainties. Despite a framework agreement between China and the U.S. to ease tensions, tariff threats and trade tensions remain, complicating the economic outlook. Chinese officials are actively working to curb low-price competition and outdated capacity, but experts caution that deflation might persist, especially with the property sector weakening and the early stages of anti-involution campaigns, highlighting the fragile nature of China's economic recovery. South China Morning Post highlights the return of veteran boxers Manny Pacquiao and Ricky Hatton, both at 46 years old, igniting hope for aging fighters making comebacks. Adding to this resurgence is Hong Kong's Rex Tso, who, just days before turning 38, announced his return to professional boxing after an 8-year hiatus, aiming to become Hong Kong's first world champion. Tso, once ranked the world's #1 super-flyweight, is motivated by the inspiration of Pacquiao and Hatton, both of whom have defied age to re-enter the ring. His comeback fight is scheduled for August in Manila, where he will face an opponent to be announced. Tso reflects on his past glories and new perspective, emphasizing enjoyment over pressure, and plans to leverage his experience to fulfill his lifelong dream, even as he acknowledges the physical toll and the need to adapt his style to succeed once again. Nikkei Asia reports that Lens Technology, a key Apple supplier, successfully raised 4.77 billion Hong Kong dollars, $608 million, in its Hong Kong listing, opening 4% above its offer price. Founded in 2003 and previously listed in Shenzhen, Lens Technology specializes in manufacturing iPhone cover glass and metal casings. The company's move to Hong Kong aims to diversify its funding sources amid ongoing U.S.-China trade tensions and tariffs, which have prompted many Chinese tech firms to accelerate supply chain shifts. The funds will be invested in expanding manufacturing capacity in Vietnam and Thailand, with a strategic goal of reducing reliance on U.S. markets and Apple, which currently accounts for nearly half of its revenue. Amid a broader rebound in Hong Kong IPO activity, Lens Technology is also investing heavily in new product lines, including components for electric vehicles and humanoid robots, as Chinese brands pivot toward EVs and autonomous vehicles. The listing underscores Hong Kong's rising prominence as a global fundraising hub, attracting mainland and international firms eager to diversify supply chains and capitalize on the region's financial momentum. The South China Morning Post vividly depicts the recent turbulence in Hong Kong's financial markets, highlighting a sharp decline in the Hang Seng Index by 0.8%, driven by fears of China's persistent deflationary pressures. The article paints a picture of economic uncertainty, with mainland China experiencing a 33rd consecutive month of declining producer prices, contrasting with a slight uptick in consumer prices. The market's mixed performance is illustrated through the varied responses of local property developers and new IPOs, such as Wuhan Dazhong Dental Medical, which soared 17%, and Lens Technology, which debuted with a modest 2% gain. This snapshot underscores the fragility and resilience of Hong Kong's economy amid global and regional shifts. The South China Morning Post also captures the bustling atmosphere of Hong Kong's IPO scene, emphasizing its dominance in global fundraising amid a record-breaking day for new listings. 5 mainland Chinese companies, including Wuhan Dazhong Dental Medical and Lens Technology, made their debut, with some shares jumping as much as 20%, reflecting investor enthusiasm and the city's status as a premier financial hub. Despite mixed performances, the influx of billions of Hong Kong dollars from these offerings injects vital liquidity into the market, bolstering confidence. The article underscores Hong Kong's strategic position, with upcoming listings from companies like Megarobo and LXJ International, poised to further cement its role as a global gateway for capital, propelled by a 22% increase in total funds raised in the first half of the year. The South China Morning Post provides a compelling narrative on Hong Kong's emerging role in global development, contrasting the decline of U.S. aid initiatives with China's expanding influence. The piece describes how the U.S., after ending its long-standing USAID program, has seen its development efforts diminish, while China actively promotes regional cooperation through initiatives like the International Organization for Mediation, IOM, which was launched in Hong Kong. The article suggests that Hong Kong, as a cosmopolitan hub, is uniquely positioned to fill the global gap in public goods provision, especially as Western aid diminishes and China's regional and international influence grows. It advocates for Hong Kong to leverage its unique strengths, its talent, multiculturalism, and strategic location, to foster international development, bridge geopolitical divides, and elevate its stature on the world stage through inclusive, innovative initiatives aligned with global priorities like the UN Sustainable Development Goals. South China Morning Post highlights the ongoing gender disparities in Asian football leadership, with a focus on China's perspective. Chinese captain Wu Haiyan advocates for more women in top coaching positions, emphasizing that such a shift would represent a significant advancement for the sport. Currently, the majority of the top 9 Asian teams are led by men, but players like South Korea's Lee Jae-min and Japan's Hana Takahashi express a focus on a coach's understanding of the team rather than gender. The appointment of Nils Nielsen as Japan's coach, a seasoned professional with European credentials, underscores a broader move towards merit-based hiring, yet the conversation about gender equality remains prominent. Nielsen's candid reflections on his happiness and the importance of passion in coaching reveal a human side to the professional landscape, hinting at the potential for more inclusive leadership in Asian football. The South China Morning Post also discusses Hong Kong's ambitious northern metropolis development, which is viewed as a crucial test of the city's governance and economic resilience. The project, a sprawling 30,000-hectare zone designed to be an innovation hub, has garnered attention from Beijing and local stakeholders, who see it as a vital engine for economic transformation amid geopolitical tensions and economic downturns. However, investor confidence remains fragile due to uncertainties surrounding policies, legal reforms, and infrastructure projects such as land reclamation. Experts suggest that the government must actively engage with the private sector, streamline decision-making processes, and establish dedicated bodies to attract investment and facilitate development, emphasizing that the success of this megaproject hinges on trust and clear commitments from both the government and the market. In a deeply personal narrative, South China Morning Post tells the inspiring story of Miley Millamina, a Hongkonger who battled severe eating disorders in her youth. We learn about her harrowing journey from weighing just 28 kilograms at her lowest point, suffering from anorexia and bulimia, to her recovery and newfound happiness. Her story sheds light on the mental health struggles often misunderstood or stigmatized in Hong Kong, emphasizing that eating disorders are serious illnesses rooted in emotional and psychological issues rather than vanity. Millamina's experience underscores the importance of awareness, self-acceptance, and resilience, encouraging others to seek help and embrace their true selves. Today, she is thriving as a model and bartender, advocating for mental health awareness and inspiring those fighting similar battles to find hope and purpose in life. South China Morning Post vividly captures the extraordinary journey of David Dudek, a passionate marathon runner from Hong Kong, as he prepares to conquer the North Pole Marathon after multiple cancellations. Dudek's adventurous spirit is vividly portrayed through his detailed preparations, from waterproof snow-cross shoes to layered clothing with zippers, and even water stops designed to prevent freezing. His stories of running in Antarctica, Everest, Iceland, and even North Korea reveal a deep love for extreme challenges and scenic landscapes, fueling his desire to inspire others in Hong Kong's vibrant trail running community. Dudek's global exploits are not just personal milestones but also a reflection of his appreciation for Hong Kong's natural trails, which he hopes will motivate fellow runners to explore new terrains beyond the city. The South China Morning Post also introduces Mira Andreeva, a prodigious tennis talent whose rapid ascent is marked by remarkable victories and a humble, focused mindset. The young Russian star's surprise win over world number 10 Emma Navarro at Wimbledon is depicted with vivid detail. She was unaware of her lead during the match, highlighting her calm composure. Her journey is further accentuated by her wins at WTA 1000 tournaments, where she defeated top-ranked players like Iga Swiatek and Aryna Sabalenka, earning her a spot among the world's elite at just 17. Under the mentorship of former Wimbledon champion Conchita Martinez, Andreeva's playful personality shines through her interactions and endorsements with Rolex and Nike, emphasizing her rising star status. Her close-knit family, especially her sister Erica, also a professional tennis player, adds a heartfelt dimension to her story, illustrating how familial support fuels her meteoric rise on the court. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post explores China's bold but controversial campaign to curb government waste, revealing its unintended economic consequences. The story vividly describes how officials, like Wang from northeastern China, have become so wary of spending that they avoid even casual outings like dining out or drinking coffee, fearing repercussions. This overzealous austerity drive, initially aimed at fighting corruption and reducing extravagant spending, has spiraled into a climate of paranoia and excessive controls, affecting sectors from hospitality to liquor industries. The narrative underscores the tension between Beijing's efforts to promote fiscal discipline and the economic reality, small cities and private businesses suffering from reduced consumer spending, with potential long-term impacts on employment and growth. Experts warn that the heavy-handed enforcement risks undermining the very goal of revitalizing domestic consumption, revealing a complex challenge for China's economic stabilization amidst its trade war struggles. The South China Morning Post vividly illustrates the dynamic and multifaceted world of jewelry design this season, where inspiration flows from history, nature, and everyday objects. Chanel's Reach for the Stars collection captures Hollywood glamour with a sculpture of Coco Chanel gazing at a starry sky, echoing the glamour of 1930s Los Angeles and the iconic Oscar statuette. Meanwhile, Chaumet's Bee de Chaumet collection celebrates the industrious bee and honeycomb motifs, transforming these symbols into dazzling jewelry pieces like diamond-embellished pom-poms and bold, textured bracelets that evoke the lively, social insect. Messica pushes the boundaries of tradition with its Mauve Sisal range, featuring matte, velvet-finished gold that exudes modern elegance, complemented by artistic photography that highlights the collection's refined craftsmanship. Boucheron's Cotter collection gets a sleek update with the Cotter Classique tube, emphasizing clean, sculptural lines and a minimalist aesthetic. Nadine Gone's inventive approach turns mundane objects like toothpaste and dental floss into statement jewelry, showcasing her playful, boundary-pushing creativity that transforms everyday essentials into desirable art pieces. The South China Morning Post also delves into the personal story of Cameron Norrie's relationship with Louise Jacoby, painting a picture of romance intertwined with professional achievement. Norrie's journey to the Wimbledon quarterfinals is marked by his unwavering support system, notably Jacoby, a talented interior and textile designer, who met him in a New York City bar in 2019 and has since been a constant source of encouragement. Her background as a creative professional from Chicago, educated at Michigan and Central St. Martin's, complements her role as Norrie's confidant and cheerleader, often seen celebrating his victories and sharing their adventures on social media. Their bond is further highlighted by her love for sports and her aspirations to ski with Norrie post-retirement, illustrating a relationship rooted in mutual support, shared passions, and a deep connection that extends beyond the tennis court. Nikkei Asia provides an energetic snapshot of China's rapid ascent in artificial intelligence, emphasizing how youth, innovation, and government backing are transforming the country from a follower to a leader in AI development. Manus, a startup with roots in Beijing and Wuhan, has captured attention with its first general AI agent, a versatile digital assistant capable of executing complex tasks like website creation and real-time data search. Despite relocating its headquarters to Singapore and focusing on international markets, Manus exemplifies the new wave of Chinese tech entrepreneurs who prioritize innovation over imitation, fueled by China's expanding academic prowess and a burgeoning domestic AI ecosystem. The report highlights how young Chinese researchers, many trained at top universities like Tsinghua and Peking University, are contributing to a vibrant, competitive landscape that is challenging Western dominance. This shift is supported by government initiatives, such as the Action Plan for Computing Power Interconnectivity, which aims to optimize AI infrastructure and foster a more open, collaborative environment. Despite geopolitical hurdles, including U.S. restrictions on hardware exports, China's investment in AI continues robustly, with companies like Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent expanding their cloud and AI capabilities. The narrative underscores a new era where Chinese startups like DeepSeek and Manus are not only innovating but also inspiring a global redefinition of technological leadership, with the potential for groundbreaking AI agents to reshape the future. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn on the TV screen, see the world unseen. China's on the news tonight. History in the spotlight. Scroll through my phone again, find out where to begin. Stories from the east to west, learning from the very best. News in China every day, learning in a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Ancient tales in modern times, mountains high and river rise, culture rich in every town, golden driving never down. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end, connecting hearts through every word. China's story always heard. News in China every day, learning a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end, connecting hearts through every word.